Whoa, new video so soon after we just finished the last, draft? Yep, here we are. I had a quick turnaround on this one. Yeah, so I'm joining the CDC's Victini division. We are doing low tier draft. I have never done a low tier draft. I hope that doesn't show too bad whenever I start playing. Because it might. I also had first overall pick, so it was a little bit stressful because, not too bad. Obviously, I just picked one of the highest point things because I just saw red and ran at it, but really didn't know what I was doing. First pick was Gardevoir, Solid Mon, Fairy, where there's not a lot of good fairy types in low tier. Gets Trick Room if I ever wanted to do that. Very specially bulky. Solid round one pick. I thought about Delphox for a faster psychic type, but decided against it. It's also storming right now, so you might be able to hear that in the background. I don't know. My second pick was Blastoise. We are banned from using Shell Smash, but it's still a good rapid spinner. Solid overall bulky water type. Gets flip turn. It's really just all I wanted it for. And then we grabbed NDD. Should be both forms. And that'll help me set Psychic Terrain for Gardevoir. Should be able to get off some really big expanding forces and stuff. Another Trick Room setter if I wanted to set Trick Room. My team overall you'll see is kind of middling speed tier, so Trick Room, I guess the faster team could be good, but honestly I don't see me bringing it a lot. I'm not saying I won't ever bring it, but not really a Trick Room team. It's also a psychic type that is not weak to Ghost like Gardevoir is. Even though they're the same type, they kind of meshed well together. I got Grafaiai, wanted to unburden Pokemon. I think somebody had already taken Hitmonlee. I didn't really want Hitmonlee anyway, because I haven't used Grafaiai, and I wanted to use Grafaiai. Seemed like a good opportunity once I picked up the NDD to set the terrain. Its attack stat's not super huge or anything, but it does get Swords Dance. And when I don't feel like bringing terrain, if I still want to bring Grafaiai, I can use Prankster. Then we got Flareon. It's a good guts sweeper, but also it's one of my Terra captains, and if I want to use it defensively, it also has Flash Fire and a very solid special defense stat, so I can still use it like that too. Then I grabbed Rotom Fan. Honestly, it's overall bulky, it's overall strong in special attack. It was kind of surprising that it was lower than regular Rotom. I would normally put them both at about the same, but this one was 1 point lower than regular Rotom. Kind of think its stats are still better, even if the typing's a little bit worse. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly just going to be annoying and a good flying resist. Only thing about having flying types is that if I want to abuse this psychic terrain to avoid priority, that does not work on flying types. So I can still be hit with Ice Shard regardless of the terrain. But as long as I keep that in mind, I think it'll be fine. Then I got Flamigo. I've had Flamigo before in regular draft. Honestly, it outperforms some of my other Pokemon. So tier again in low tier. It's another ground immune Pokemon. It's scrappy, so I can still hit ghost types. So I can just kind of spam close combats. It's a dark resist. I think it actually is my only dark resist. So I might regret that later, but who knows? I think it's mostly fine. I grabbed Torterra. Just a really good bulky grass type that also is immune to electric. Yeah, that's what it is. Again, I can't use Shell Smash, so I can't use this as good of a setup sweeper as I would like to. But it's also, it's my only rock setter. It gets Curse, it gets Swords Dance, it gets some setup moves, just not as good as Shell Smash. And finally, I grabbed Hisuian Sliggoo. I needed a good steel type. I was running out of flying resists, so grabbed Hisuian Sliggoo. With an Eviolite, it's very bulky. Without an Eviolite, it's still pretty bulky. It's just really good at sitting there. Just have to watch letting it be setup fodder, but at the same time, they can't really let me start setting up either because they can't really fish for critical hits whenever I have shell armor. But yeah, I didn't really feel like going into that detailed of a breakdown. I normally don't. Sometimes just because I don't feel like talking about it, and sometimes because I learn more about the team as I use it. Maybe not the smartest thing to do, but that's whatever. Come back next week with week 1. I don't know how well it's going to go. I don't know how bad it's going to go. But here we are. Let's do it.